My small story is, and go.
My small story is I started a sound company around 13 years ago. I started with raves with my friends in warehouses in Williamsburg. Before Williamsburg was a big shit, we started doing parties, outlaw parties. And from outlaw parties, I jumped into corporate events and doing parties for Sephora, for magazines.
What was your inspiration? Where'd you come from to perform?
My inspiration, music.
Yeah.
Music, and to make people feel good at an event where people who are selling and people who are buying can just have fun. Selling and buying doesn't have to be a stressful situation.
Yeah.
It can be a fun situation too. And that's where I'm being paid to provide that fun, to bring the sound, to bring the DJ, to bring the music, and I think that's nice. And I love the fact that it's only 2 hours, 4 hours. It's short. It's like an intense experience.
What type of music? What type? All kinds?
Yeah, what the client wants. I mean, in general, it's amazing because people, you see, like they are way more open-minded than what most people think about themselves. I mean, once you're in an environment where you're having fun and you're being given drinks for free, people like mostly anything. I mean, unless it's like really noisy or like.
What do you think music does for people?
Music entices people. Entice people to. It's very specific in a way, but it's very broad in another. Music in general inspires people, motivates people. It makes them do and think things that they would never do with no sound or no music. And but in the small, in the detail, I think that a good track, a track that gets to your heart at the right moment, can make you walk and talk to someone, can make you do what you were not feeling like doing. I think it can inspire you to move.
Where are you from?
From Venezuela, from Caracas. I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm from a culture of music, where music is essential, where people have a good ear, where people have rhythm, where music is like is part of our culture. It's a very strong part of our culture.
How do you find the connection Americans have with music versus Venezuela?
I think that I cannot generalize.
Yeah.
I think
experiences, you know?
I think it's very important. I think it's amazing that the iPod is the biggest. I think it's the biggest invention in the last 20 years because you see people who are totally addicted. I mean, there is like an iPod addiction. I've never seen people who are in such need of listening to music all day. I mean, people who are alienated, you know. And I think people really love music in America, and I think music is really important. It's essential. I think
I was talking about the connection because you talk about it.
Oh, the connection.
Do you find that Americans are
the connection? I think it's very private, and in the Caribbean it's social. I think that's the biggest difference between Latin and Anglo-Saxon. I think here, music in general, unless it's in a club or in a party, is very private. It's very like for you. It's your playlist. And
would you say Europe? Would you say Europe is private or is it social?
In Europe, I think in Europe it's half. It's half and half. It's more of a hybrid. And I think in South America it's very social.
Very social.
I think in the music it's like it's on your face.
In Africa, you would say social.
And it's totally social. So I think we're closer to Africa, and I think in Europe it's a little bit. I think it's still private. I think in Europe it's private.
China's private, I would say.
I think in Europe it's private, and I think it's here it's private.
Oh, really? So you say South America and Africa are probably the most social?
It's way more social. Music is more social. It's more of a street situation. I think that in America it gets closer on African Americans, obviously.
Yeah.
And where music for them is social, but I think for white people, music is more private. It's way more private, I guess. In either side, either Europe.
Is that DNA or is that just social cultural?
I think it's the way you're brought up. I think it's like we do. I think like in African and in Latin culture, we have a stronger connection to our elderly. I think that we don't we don't separate from our elder.
Very much like the Ghana, very much like Ghana and Japan.
I think that our elder are part of the party. We don't leave them behind. Like if you go to any Latin party, you'll see like parents, grandparents, and they're dancing and they're having fun. They're not some kind of like, oh no, my parents are here. I mean, like they're there and they're drinking and they're having fun too. And you know, when you correlate to every generation of your people, music becomes wider, it becomes more open.
Yeah, that's probably why I love New York, because of the melting pot of all those cultures. You know what I mean? Washington Heights, all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, great, dude. So what's your name? How do people get in touch with you?
My name is Ricardo Picon, and my email is ricardo@channelbase.net. Channel like the TV channel, base like the instrument.
Awesome.
.net.
Cool, thank you.